I have a very important question for you. Have you ever heard of the game Dating Simulator? Maybe you've seen it scrolling through Steam. The description is kind of hard to forget. It has a gif of a woman spinning around on her back with the text reading, "You're gonna want to go here." If you haven't heard of this game, don't worry, because I'm gonna tell you all about my experience with it, as well as share some of my gameplay with you. I found this game on Steam. The description, among what I already told you, also includes the text, "Are you unhappy with yourself? No problem, you can create your dream self here." And it shows a gif of this guy with purple hair and purple sideburns. And I was like, you know what? I need to give this a try. So I dove into it. You start off by creating your character, and it looked like I was creating my character in a basement. You can make your character's proportions absolutely crazy. I'm talking like massive hands, massive feet. But to be completely honest, even if you create your character with the preset proportions, your character is going to be pretty odd looking. The models have very bulgy muscles, these really dead eyes, monster hands that always look kind of like they're a little bit clenched. I saw my character and I was like, hell yes, I am ready to date. I woke up in my home, which is apparently like a shed in the woods, and I made my way to work, because what you learn really quickly is that despite the fact that this game is branded as Dating Simulator, there's a lot of other things to do and a lot of other things that you will have to do, including working, because this isn't just some basic dating app. This is a $25 dating app. That's right, your character will have to pay $25 to even do the dating that's in the name of the game. Luckily, I had a car. It was really hard to drive because there was this massive smear on the windshield. I don't know that there's any way to get rid of it. I didn't find one. I was sort of just blasting down the roads, got into a collision with another car, and I was like, oh no, this is really gonna throw off my budget for this dating app if I have to pay for car repairs. I was gonna be even further from dating in this dating simulator. But lucky for me, nothing happened. And in fact, the other car got stuck trying to go up a hill and it just disappeared. So problem solved. After this first experience, my first car crash, first of many, the other thing that I learned is how expensive everything in this world is. I learned really quickly that if you want to do anything in this game, you need money. And that includes dating. I mean, if you even want to meet someone, you need that $25 for the dating app, but you also need to pay for food, you need to fix up your house, get better clothes, everything. You need money. And money is incredibly hard to come by. For example, I went to my job. It's at this construction site, I think is what it's supposed to be. I was shoveling stuff, pushing stuff, doing as many of these random tasks that it asked me to do as quickly as possible so that I could earn money. And I was only making $10 a task. So I did 10 tasks. Sure, I had $100, but this is a world where a single bed costs hundreds of dollars and a meal for two is almost $100, which makes $10 a task not sufficient unless you want to be endlessly grinding. And it's not like these tasks at the construction site were mini games. It was basically just walk to this location, press this button, walk to this other location, press this button. It just got so tedious so fast because nothing was really happening. And you might say, hey, from everything that you're describing, the content is there. I'm fine with some grind. Yes, technically there are mechanics and features that are there, but they are primarily half-assed or glitchy as hell. We haven't talked about the core of the game yet, the dating. The primary focus of the game is supposed to be you getting on this dating app, going to this town, meeting these people, going on dates. This town does have locations you can go to, clothing store, furniture store, there's a club. Oh man, that was quite an experience. Don't worry, I'll get into that. I won't forget about the club. You can redecorate your home. All of these things are supposed to be things that you're doing to impress the matches that you're making on this dating app, but in the nicest way possible. The avatars in this game that I was matching with, at least, are terrifying. I mean, like wild proportions. They kind of looked like a cartoon extraterrestrial. Let's just say I wasn't jumping to be like, yeah, let's go on a $90 date. And this brings to question one of the things that kept coming up in my mind while I was playing this game. Is this game meant to be serious and it was just not super well done? Or is it all a joke? To be frank, I don't know how much it matters because with the mechanics of it being so grind focused like they are, I don't even think that anyone would play it long enough to actually figure that out and for that to actually matter. Looking past the appearances of the people I was matching with on this dating app, if you do go on a date, the dialogue is so stiff and your choices of engaging with them are so limited, not the way that you would expect a conversation to play out. Sometimes the people will be really mean to you, and like I said, this game is advertised as if I'm unhappy with myself, I can create my dream self here. So the fact that I had, allegedly created my dream self and I was just getting dissed and thrown to the ground on all of these dates, that didn't actually make me feel very good at all. There is one specific thing that I want to talk about that I told you I would talk about, and that is the club. Now, this is something that's advertised on the main page of this game. It says, you're gonna want to go here. And I was like, yeah, I do want to go there. And it was actually really hard to find, but I was determined because like I said, I really wanted to go here, and I went to it and I couldn't really do anything there. I couldn't dance with anyone. I could watch people dance. I could watch these guys like sitting in seats cheering the dancers on. Even the bartender was like dancing around, but I couldn't find a way to dance. It looked like the only activity that I could really engage in was if I went upstairs, there was a back-to-back challenge game where if I paid $100, me and another NPC would be challenged to answer questions the same way. I didn't have very much money. I wasn't gonna spend $100 on that. I have to be honest, my experience at the club, I was not incredibly impressed. This really tied back to what I said before. Yes, the thing is technically there, the feature is there, the club is there, but there's really not much to it other than the fact that it's there. Yes, technically you can change your character. Yes, technically you can buy furniture and decorate your house. It looks like you can buy other homes in the game. But because money is so hard to come by in this game, it's incredibly cost prohibitive. Yes, there's technically a dating app that you engage with people on, but the people are terrifying and the dates are really stiff and awkward. So my final thoughts. This game made me laugh really hard. Again, I don't know whether it's intentional or not. Judge for yourself. As far as this being a game that you could sink a ton of time into and not feel frustrated or find a lot of enjoyment from, for me, it's gonna be a no. But at the end of the day, it's all about everyone's taste, everyone's preferences. And so I'd like to know in the comments, what do you think of this game? Have you heard of it? Have you played it? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.